This is the debrief video for the meeting on the 13th of November 2023 at 6 p.m. Normal opening, call to order, invocation, pledge, roll call, all of that good stuff, approval of meeting minutes, and paying bills and reports. First public comments, we didn't have anything there other than thank you to the fire department about compliment on their event going well, the open house. Next, we had our decision items. First one being the M120 Christmas tree. This was discussed a decent amount, and then it was voted on by the board to work on the process of starting to replace it with one that hopefully will hold up better. The guy, our connection, that I included the letter in the packet, he came later in the meeting, and he took one of my cards because he knows someone that does the tree placements, them up by the wall and those types of things. He's going to reach out to me, so we're going to decorate it for this year and then work on getting it replaced next year with one that'll be healthier. Next, we have the automatic door openers. My Christmas tree thing is $1,200 to try to do fungal treatments to save it, and not sure that they would work, right? So that's the reasoning there. Next, automatic door openers. The board wanted more bids on this to see something different. You know, I'd had two bids. One was a year ago, so it wasn't included here, and they were both just a little over 10 grand. I talked to one guy today, and he said you might be able to get a cheaper product and get them for less. So we'll see what people come up with, and we'll see that again at the next meeting. Next was Resolution 2023-35 for ARPA fund expenditures. This passed. There was some construction on there, some stuff we did with this room is repainted, obviously the bathrooms are redone, that type of thing. I also included the amount for the automatic door openers if they passed. A small matter because it's above what we have available for full ARPA funds, so it'll be fully contractually obligated. But most of the money, we have an over $400,000 contract for the road commissioner to do work. Those planned over the next 2 years. They have a board meeting tomorrow where they're going to be voting on it because we passed it. And so I signed that and got that sent over to them this morning. And that, because they're matching it, it would be just over $800,000 worth of work, all of which they might be able to do next year. So we'll see if that occurs fully next year or if it occurs over the next 2 years. But that obligates all of our ARPA funds, more than all of our ARPA funds. And so we'll get a little bonus, I guess not from the municipalities that didn't use theirs, but I'm not sure on that. Next, we have the lane bid opening on Chicago and Michigan. There were two bids on this, one for $5,600, one for $7,500. Board voted to take the one for $7,500. So that piece is sold. Next, we have the PLM contract for West Lake. This was voted on. It split a little bit. There's some discussion about it for a 1-year contract. So I signed that, sent that over to them last night. Next, we have the land sale request on East Drexel, and this moved on to the next step as the first meeting. We're going to come up with the true cash value by the assessor, realtor comparables, and we'll set the minimum bid at the next meeting, and the meeting after that we'll open sealed bids. Next were our discussion items. First was fireworks, and so there were a few people here from the fireworks committee, and they said, you know, the major thing that they're lacking is volunteers. So they have about 7 volunteers now. And they want to add between 3 and 8 volunteers to that board. They're supposed to be emailing me some information, giving me some information, and I can put up a notice on the website so people can reach out to them if they want to volunteer, if they want to donate, obviously money, that's possible. The can trailer is out at Jack's, and a lot of people say Twin Lakes. It's not officially Twin Lakes, it's just across the border to Cedar Creek. And then one of the board members was going to inquire into other gas stations if they wanted to maybe have a cans trailer, but obviously volunteers are then needed to go return those as well. But that makes a huge difference in the budget for sure. Next, we have the community center, and this was general discussion. Basic idea is get together some numbers. Maybe in the future a grant can be applied for that type of thing. Next, we have the Parks and Recreation Committee. No super strong opinions on this or anything, but figured that it would make sense to to create a Parks and Recreation Committee. So no one had super strong opinions either way, but we had a couple of board members that were interested in it. Our maintenance supervisor wants to be involved with it, which makes sense. So at least among the board and the staff, there's interest in it. So I'll probably get something out because there's different ways you can form it. But I'll probably get something out about people applying for citizens that would like to be on it, that type of thing. Next, we have the 2024 meeting and holiday schedule. The meetings, there were 3 dates between one board meeting and 2 planning commission meetings that would need to be moved, 2 of them for holidays, 1 for the presidential primary election. And so no big deal there. We'll see that at the next meeting. And the holidays are a little more controversial than meeting dates usually, but we selected the smaller reasonable list. And so we'll vote on that at the next meeting as well. Our second public comment, I mentioned, because Christy brought this up, that there's one, it's a little controversy because it's a very small amount of money, $28. But the Drain Commission wanted it, Water Resources Commission, but formerly known as Drain Commission, most people still call it that, wanted $28 added to a parcel that doesn't exist for a special assessment on the Rye Drain. And obviously she's not going to do that. That would be some sort of not following her duty, some version of an illegal tax transaction. And so there just might be something coming down the pipeline there, some sort of controversy. So kind of wanted to update the board and just let them know that something may happen with that. But certainly a good thing to have a controversy over is not taxing things that don't exist and small amount of money. So not huge stakes. And Scott had mentioned one of the residents. He mentioned that thanks for blocking off his road. Nate had arranged getting the cement blocks out there, kind of it as an experiment, and then the road commission ended up putting out a sign about the road ending there. So we'll see if that makes a difference and what it does. He said as of now it is, and he mentioned a little bit about Parks and Recreation Committee. And then the meeting adjourned. So if anyone has questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, concerns, feel free to reach out. My direct line into office is area code 231-332-6700 or email supervisor@daltontownship.org. Otherwise, this is Jeff Martin signing off until next time.